Well, hi, everybody. This is DearMamaSal, and we are live here on YouTube doing our usual Friday noon, my time, broadcast, which is our take one step forward on whatever it is you're trying to do broadcast. For those of you who are new to the broadcast, let me just explain something, or maybe those of you watching it on the replay. What we do, excuse me, in the first few minutes, we do news, views, and updates. It gives people a chance to join in if they want to. And by the way, if you are here and ghosting and want to join in, you are more than welcome. If you don't want to, that's also fine. Hi, Jody, good to see you. And so what you're going to see underneath in the notes below here are, if you're watching it on the replay, it'll say from 00 to this time, news, views, and updates, and then from this time onwards, the topic. And today we're going to be talking about procrastination and why you should listen to your inner voice. And I'm a great believer, and I always have said that I believe in the power of positive procrastination. And I'm going to explain that a bit more as I do the broadcast. All right, so that's the first thing. The next thing we're going to do is to just have a quick look, and forgive me because I've got it on another screen. I think the upcoming birthday that I know about is Jamie's on the 24th. And then, of course, Kerry's on Halloween on the 31st. So just if anybody has any birthdays over and above that I should know about, please update me. Because those are the ones I've got in the system. And the other thing is, I hope that, I don't know why, I just want to put my heart, thoughts and prayers to a number of people. But I want to start with my thoughts and prayers for the migrants who are trying to leave Honduras and have just had a dirty great fence put across the Mexican border so they can't get into there. And I understand the reason for it. I understand that, that they don't want to let more people in, but the reality is, where do these refugees go? And that is just the saddest thing. And unless we solve that problem in a hurry, it's going to be such a humanitarian issue. And I keep thinking that, it was the same with Greece, right? A few years ago with the people fleeing to Greece, trying to get away from the trouble in the Middle East. So I just want to put my heart's thoughts and prayers out to them. It must be terrifying, and must be terrifying for the children as well. And, that is the whole thing, which is, it's one thing if you do it as an adult, but if you're carrying children with you, it must be just so difficult. In terms of thoughts and prayers, just bear with me a second. I want to get up my one screen that tells me that. Yeah, get that one out especially. I wanted to just, for those of you who know Jody, not Jody, we'll get to Jody in a second. Let me try that one more time. Sorry, Jody. Of course, you're important, but you're not number one on this list for some reason. And I know you won't take that personally, or if you do, let me know. I just bear with me here. I have got screens up that I'm trying to move around, and all right, here we go. And yeah, I knew you'd laugh about that, Jody. All right, so actually, Jody, you are number one on my list. That is surprising. How about that? Now that I look at it, you are still number one on my list. Obviously, I'm still thinking about Aunt Beatrice, but also in terms of the difficult week that you've had. How is the pain going? And just while Jody's typing, I also heard from Erin this week, and if you missed it on the Facebook page, there is an update there for you guys who want to know how she's doing. By the way, if you are not subscribed, three things actually. I believe there's a bell down here. If you click on this bell, it'll let you know whenever we're going to do a broadcast. The other thing is I use Facebook as my sort of message board for the viewers. So if you're not subscribed to Facebook, you might miss out on some of the news, because if anybody writes to me and asks for thoughts and prayers, that's where I write it. And so, or if they've got good news. By the way, the good news on my side is that Yvonne is a grandmother yet again. Her son, Cody, and his wife produced a little baby boy that they're calling Gunner, I believe. And so we've got a new birth in my immediate sphere of friends and family. I'm trying to think. I haven't heard from Oz since he got to Indonesia, which is not unusual. So I don't have any update on that, but I will try and get hold of him sometime over the weekend so that I can give you an update on that. And I just wondered if anybody has any other news or congratulations that I need to be mentioning, maybe now or on this evening's broadcast. Just let me know. Leave me some notes in the notes below if you watch this afternoon. Jodie's saying that she's been a lot better for the last couple of days. She had real sciatic problems, I believe, Jodie, right? And Lionel, who is her caregiver, ended up, really tweaking his back nastily. And apparently that's down to about a 2. Now, I need to tell you, not that I like to complain, you know that, but I do need to tell you that I hit a problem the last couple of days. It's not a groin muscle, because I know what that feels like, because a groin muscle hurts whenever you stretch it. I appear to have caught a nerve in my groin, and it's not there all the time. If I move a certain way, I will suddenly bend because of the pain. And it's I'm fine going down the stairs, but coming upstairs, yikes. I am like a 90-year-old trying to get upstairs. So yeah, I do need to probably go to the doctor and find out what's happening here. Or if anybody's got any stretches I can do that can loosen it. I might even get hold of my resident chiropractor, Yvonne, and get her to stretch out my spine or my legs. Maybe that will help. It's just like, really, she's very good at that, by the way. I will really miss that service from her. So if anybody's got any other, as I said, good news and updates, please let us know. Yeah, Jody, I don't think it's a calm down sort of thing. I did take a ibuprofen. Actually, I lie, I didn't. I took an Advil, which is unusual for me. So I must have been really upset with it. Now, on the very good news, for those of you who are following my downsizing, I can now honestly say that my laundry room, my lobby, my living room has got a couple of things out of place. My dining room and my kitchen are now done, just about. When I say just about, they're things that I can't move by myself. I need a strong person. And I'm about halfway, if not more, through my art studio, and I have started on my craft room. So it's been a huge push on my part, but I'm proud of myself for what I did. And what I've started to do, and I realize it's what I need to do, is I'm filling up a box of anything, and then I'm taking it down into the garage and I sort it in the garage. Now, the reason for that is because it keeps upstairs tidy. I wonder if that makes any sense. And downstairs, I have got this incredible system. I actually should take a picture of it for you. But I have this incredible system where I've got recycling, garbage, And then I've got bins, right? Like, this is stuff for the garden. This is stuff for electrics. This is electronic stuff. This is stuff for crafts. This is da 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 da. I've got all these different boxes, and I just keep throwing things into different boxes. But I'm obviously trying to sort out. And then I've got another little bin that I keep higher up, which is, I don't know how that got into this, where it is, but that's precious to me, so that's staying. And that stuff I will have to take upstairs and probably put in my bedroom, because that is stuff that I don't want to have thrown out. So I guess what I wanted to tell you is that is actually the way to do it. What I realized was every time I tried to downsize, I was making more and more mess for myself, because I just get something tidied up and then I try to downsize and make a big mess again. Now I've got to the stage where the box goes down, it gets sorted, and then that's it. And then I come back for another box, fill it up with anything, doesn't matter what it is, just fill it up, take it down and sort it. So that is, I'm very, very, I want to recommend that. Find a place where you can do that. And I'm probably, the other thing I did is I got down into the garage, and my workbench, I have a big workbench in my garage, and it was piled, like yay high. and I have to tell you, I've even got, what I've got there is, I've got little containers, and this is a container for screws. This is a container for bits to my Dremel. And I've got all these little bits for my Dremels. I've got about 3 different Dremels, and it's amazing what I've got down there. This is woodworking stuff, because I've got a big, what do you call it? A big bench saw thing, circular thing. I don't know what you call it. And I've got a pull saw, miter saw thing, very fancy. I think I got 3 routers, maybe 4. So, hi, Mugwump, welcome. And so, it's just like I'm beginning to now get to the point of sorting out the stuff in the garage much better as well. And I'm trying to get it so that I've got boxes of suitable stuff. Now, what I will do is I will put my all my woodworking equipment into boxes, and they will go probably into my she shed when I get the other side. Right, so there we go. And Mulberry, any news, views, anything you'd like me to talk about that before we start, just so that I know that, maybe not. Hi there, I just, all right, let me go. I'm going to do a time check here for 13 minutes. Oh, I forgot my notepad. No, I haven't. There it is. And we're going to be talking about procrastination, something I'm very good at. How many of you procrastinate about anything? And if so, what I want you to do is talk today about listening to your inner voice, because the reality is that sometimes you're not procrastinating. Yeah, you're right. The viewer is saying, yeah, I sure do. If you're not procrastinating all the time because you're stupid or you're a coward or whatever else you want to say about yourself, I want to show you that listening to your inner voice really works. So if you've got anything that you are procrastinating about and would like some help on, just let me know and I'll talk about it with you. Hi there, Linda. Because something happened to me this week that made me think about this in a different way. I had something I had to do, and I definitely didn't want to do it. I procrastinated. And then I stopped and I went, wait a minute, why are you procrastinating? This is important and you're still procrastinating. So why are you procrastinating? And, I listened to what my voice told me, and it said, because you don't have these facts. And I went, oh, that's a good point. Yeah, and that's going to be, they're bound to ask for that information. So what I did was I went, okay, I don't have to make the call, but I do need to get these facts together. Does it make sense? Because that's what my mind was telling me. Before I make the call, I need these facts in front of me. And so it was actually a sensible procrastination rather than, big girl pants thing. So then I got those facts, and then I still hesitated, and I went, okay, now what? And I got another thing, which was, I think they're going to ask for this, this, this. And I, funny enough, talked to Yvonne about it because it's part something that Yvonne's working on for me. And she said, no, they won't ask that. Don't worry. They'll ask that later. And I went, okay. So I then decided that I would write an email rather than phone because I suffer from hearing loss. And so email is easier for me because I can see exactly what they're asking me and I can reply. Does that make sense? Whereas if I'm on the phone, half my concentration is trying to listen to what they say and keep repeating, sorry, can you repeat that? Which, is very unfortunate. So now I found out that working with email works better for me because it cuts out all that stuff and I can just see what the question is and I can reply to it. Well, of course, I I sent the email and I got an email back, and guess what the first question was? The very thing I thought they'd ask for. And so that made me laugh. And I went, okay, that wasn't a stupid procrastination. It was an intelligent one. So I wanted to just talk a little bit about the inner voice today. And some of the quotes that I've got are about the inner voice. And I would ask you to really concentrate on what your inner voice is telling you, because there's more answers than you know about. And so that's what I really wanted to talk about. So let's have some quotes. And what I'm going to do, if you have anything you're procrastinating about, just let me know and we'll do some work on it. But first of all, let's do some quotes